A wealthy Montana Republican named Robert Saunders is challenging Democratic State Representative Jessica Karjala, and he made some pretty questionable remarks at Patrick Henry College back in March. He said, "Is it a desirable condition that between 40 to 50% of the members of the U.S. Congress have more than $1 million in assets when less than 1% of the population of the USA has that level of wealth? The Founding Fathers thought so. Our form of government was designed so that only people with a stake in the country's future could vote. In the early days, this meant that only people who owned property could vote, just like today in business, only shareholders in the company can vote. Likewise, only people who owned property could run for public office. Know why? Because the founders rightly believed that the people with the most to lose would be the least likely to screw up. People with money have the time and opportunity to educate themselves and a vested interest in doing so. Transients, college kids, and others without a dollar to their name have nothing to lose and are thus extremely unsafe custodians of power, being more likely to experiment, often with catastrophic results. That's why people think it's a good thing that our leadership is generally relatively wealthy. Life under the leadership of people with lots to lose, while certainly not perfect, has always been proven to be better than life under people with nothing to lose. Order, stability, and the rule of law is definitely preferable to the alternative." So, his opponent pointed out, oh, okay, so you're a fan of oligarchy. I mean, that's what it is. That's what you're describing. The wealthy in society should rule over everybody else, my good sir. I believe so because we're a superior breed of human and we've had better experience and we have a stake in the game. So all you poor peasants who are out there doing your thing, please don't get in my way while I make all the decisions for you. So his opponent's like, oh, okay, you like oligarchy. So what does he do? He sends her a cease-and-desist letter, and he says, if you say that again, I'm going to sue you. What? And by the way, he says in the letter, he cites 2 other cases of libel from Montana where people were sued for, something vaguely similar to this. The cases he cites, they ended up losing. His side ended up losing. So what are you doing? They're like, oh, I'm just going to drag you through an unnecessary court process and make you spend money. That's basically the threat that's going on here. What an unbelievable clown this guy is. Okay, jackass, own up to what your thoughts are. You said this, we know you said this. That is the definition of oligarchy, so just say you love it. Just say, look, you're admitting you love it. Just tie the word to it because that's the definition of it. I like it when rich people are the only ones with the power and the only ones with control, and they're the ones who get to make the decisions. That's what I like. That's what I like. And by the way, he says it as if like other people chose not to have power and wealth and money at the time. As if, black people at the founding were like, it's cool, white people, you go do your thing. We're fine being property. No, it was by force people did not have wealth and power in society. Women were not equal citizens. Blacks were slaves. And it's not like the system was geared towards making it so that poor whites can have an opportunity to make it into the elite class. No, that's not what happened. What happened is the people with the power wanted to keep the power. So it's not like, oh my God, it's a meritocracy and they rose through the ranks and now they rightly control everybody. No, they had power and they wanted to maintain it by any means necessary. They're not necessarily smarter or, whatever, or they make better decisions for everybody. No, it's not based on merit. I mean, for fuck's sake, man, it's so easy to see. This idea of rich people, they're just a superior breed of human. Donald Trump, I rest my case. Paris Hilton, I rest my case. There are plenty of rich people who are fucking morons and who are way bigger morons than many good people who make $30,000 a year. So this idea, it's such a childish idea. It's you look at the way things worked and just assume, well, it must have made sense for some reason. Or not! Or slavery was fucking stupid. Women being second-class citizens was fucking stupid. A system where the elite tried to hold on to their power by any means necessary was fucking stupid. They just, you know what it is? They have this superiority complex of, well, we're on top. There must be a reason why we're on top, even though we're probably just born into it because daddy was rich. But we're on top, so we got to keep it this way, right? So it's better when we make decisions for everybody else. Yeah, those decisions worked out really well, didn't they? It turns out that those decisions kept them rich and kept everybody else impoverished. Like, it's such a position that's not thoughtful that it's laughable. And then when you call it out for what it is, oh, you like oligarchy. Oh, how dare you describe my position accurately? I'm so offended. I don't give a fuck if you're offended. It's true.